guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be making tortilla. So tortillas are a Mexican dish and they were originated from there, but nowadays they're used in many different cultures differently for pita wraps, burritos, tacos, etc. So for this we'll be needing 2 cups of flour, 3 tablespoons of oil, 1 teaspoon of baking powder and half teaspoon of salt. So I'm going to start by adding in the salt, and this recipe is for around 10 tortillas. So I'm just going to level this. So the salt, the baking powder. Be in mind, don't put baking soda instead of baking powder because they give different results. And then 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. We are also going to be adding a milk. It's lukewarm. You can also use water, but lukewarm milk will give it a better time. Will make the dough more compact and will help the dough in coming together easier, and the milk will make it more creamier. I'm gonna put this in the mixer. You can always knead this with your hands, but this gives a better result for me. So now I'm gonna turn the mixer on and slowly add 1 cup of milk in it. I've warmed it just a little. So I'm just gonna add a little by little. And you'll start to see the dough coming together. So this has been mixing for a while. I'm going to turn this off and I'm going to scrape off the edges so that all of the dough is mixed in. And I'm going to add in half of my milk, like half more of my milk. And I'm going to leave some just in case it'd be too much. So because of the milk, the dough is starting to come together now. So yeah, the dough is starting to come together. From 1 cup of milk, this much is left. I'm going to take the dough out, and I'm going to set it aside. So now I'm going to take this out and I'm going to knead this. So always wash your hands, you have to be safe for coronavirus. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of flour on the working space, just as much as you do when you're making chapatis. So now I'm just going to take the dough out, and if it's sticking to your hand, you can always just dip your hand in flour and take the rest out. So now that it's out, I'm just going to knead this. Because of the milk, it's really soft. So kneading this for about 2 to 4 minutes. I am going to just make this a ball, and I'm going to spread some oil in here so the dough doesn't stick. And I'm just going to put the dough in here. I'm going to cover this with a cotton cloth for about 10 to 15 minutes just to let this dough rest. So now the dough has rested, we're going to take it out and we're going to be shaping it. So I'm just going to take a little bit of flour and spread it on my workspace. And the dough looks like this now. I'm just going to take because tortillas are really thin, we're going to be using a small bowl and we're going to be making it big. So I'm just going to sprinkle some flour on top of this and onto the workstation just so it doesn't stick. So now I'm just going to roll this. And I'm going to add a little bit more flour. So the tortilla might stick, but it's okay, it'll come out. So you want your tortilla to be at least the size of this pan. So I'm just going to keep on rolling this until it's like really thin and big. So I've been rolling this out, and you know that this is right when you can see through the dough. So this is a little translucent. I'm just going to cut the shape out now. So this has a really sharp edge, so it's easier to do. So the dough looks like this now, and I'm just going to put it on the pan now. So the pan is on medium-low heat, and I'm going to let this cook. You can already see some bubbles, and because it's so thin, it's going to cook really fast. So I'm going to cook this. Now that the tortilla is done, we're just going to, you can see these brown color coming, and some bubbles are starting to form. So now we're just going to take this out, and we are going to fill these out. And we will turn the stove off. So now we're just going to add in some of our chicken. I'll put the recipe for the chicken in the description below. And then I'm going to add some fries in it as well. So you can just use your hand and fries. And some lettuce. We're just going to put it on top. And our onions. Our tomatoes. Now we're just going to add our sauces in. I have some ketchup here and some mayonnaise. Now I'm going to fold these. So they should look like this now, and you can just take a bite out of it and eat it. So yeah, that's it. These are tortilla wraps, and they're really easy to make and are fun also. They're really yummy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!